Oh my god, dude. This deck is gross. You just go from like the game being fairly even to the opponent being dead instantly. Well, folks, it took a while, but we might finally have a good Death Knight deck on the Hearthstone ladder. Triple Frost Death Knight, as you see here behind me, is currently sitting at high tier 2, which is far and away the best we've seen a Death Knight deck stand so far, and that's primarily because of the recent round of nerfs, both opening up some space at the top of the meta, but also the nerf to Renathal in particular, pushing that to 35 health or reducing its pervasiveness in the meta in general. Both allow a deck like this a little more room to work, because this deck is all about finding burst damage. You've got all kinds of cards that go face in this deck with your Glacial Advances and Howling Blasts and Icy Touches, and of course big old Frostworms, Furies, and all kinds of ways to get chip damage along the way via weapons and small minions. And it needed to have that lethality to succeed, and in this new meta it seems like it's finding that lethality. In fact, you're gonna watch me just absolutely destroy some people with this deck. The amounts of burst damage this can do is really quite obscene, and I find decks like this actually a little bit scary. I have a bit of a love for Frost, because Frost cards helped me win that big tournament, the Death Knight show match. That was great, but beyond that, decks like this are a little bit frightening to see on ladder, just because how much damage they have from hand. That said, if you're looking to play Death Knight, you want quick games and you want to win a lot of games, this is certainly looking like your best bet right now. This is probably the first really good Death Knight deck in this new meta. Mulligans here. I think getting a sword early is pretty nice. Shaman, I don't know what this matchup's going to look like. Do we ever keep a Frostworm's Fury to discount with sword? I don't think that's the right target. I think we want more mid-game stuff. Shaman is probably some kind of evolve type shaman, if I had to guess. I think we can go ahead and start whacking with Bonebreaker early, since we have a lot of sword durability to move through. Of course, holding this is better if you have minions to hit, but we don't have minions to hit, so. Hey, Ike Doman, what's up, man? Now with a minion to play on 3, we probably wait on this next swing at least a turn, because we have kind of a 3-4 play. Totem is a great target to hit though, so that's perfect. Dude, this weapon Bonebreaker feels so good. It's so much damage. It tidies up boards. Like, it's just such a great giving weapon. You've watched a lot of my YouTube vids? Oh, thanks, man. That's always nice. There are a lot to watch. I was looking earlier this week. I think I've had over 4,000 total videos now, which is kind of crazy to think about sometimes. Howling Blast, yeah. We want to be able to get some lethality in this deck. This deck's about creating pressure, getting chip damage, and finding good lethal finishing options. And a 1-mana Howling Blast is insane for that. Not to mention really good against these piranhas, assuming they don't trade in, but we kind of assume they're going to trade in. Okay, that might be a good Howling Blast target if it gets evolved. Perhaps not getting evolved though, maybe more about just setting up a value trade. Oh, just keeping it fully alive, all right. Okay, well, Howling Blast face suddenly looks a little better. Just Frost Strike this maybe. If I go for the Noggling, I can get a little tempo while doing that, and maybe a hero power. Not that, I'm not thinking a lot about the hero power. It might be nice to get a card off this for 2 mana, but I don't know what it would be. I think we just save the more flexible stuff for later. Let's just do this for now. We love this chip damage. Rhyme Sculptor is a pretty nice board play next turn. I could still Noggling. Death Chiller, I don't know. I like Rhyme Sculptor into like Frostworms is some big development. Let's take the big dude. Although, I don't know, man, we're already at 20. We might be a little better off just turning the corner and starting to hit face more and more, but hard to pass up a good board filler like the Sculptor, I think. Yeah, this should be fine. Clearing a taunt here probably opens up about as much damage as not, because I do have a lot of weapons that can go face, and minions that might want to hit face as well. And the 2 health here is a pretty significant difference, given our current attack patterns. and death rattle patterns. All right, that's a great board to freeze with Frostworm's Fury. So that's nice. Man, we can hit really hard this turn too. This is kind of crazy. This is like actually almost lethal. Man. Okay. I mean, I guess this is a little risky with evolves, I guess, but not really, because I can just hit them over the top. Man, did I have any glacial advanced lethals? I don't. This is worth a little extra damage. I really didn't check this, but maybe. Yeah, that doesn't matter at all. That's totally fine. Good God, this deck's gross, dude. Weapons lethal, Frostworm's lethal, Glacial's lethal, weapons lethal, attacks are lethal. We have 7 different lethals there. This feels so gross. I like Frost a lot. I just have this, you know, I have a love for it naturally now because of the tournament. This won me a lot of money. Frost cards, so I'm always gonna love them. Speaking of which, guys, my teammate Bunny Hopper, dude. Bunny Hopper won the world championship. He was my Team Frost teammate. He won the Death Knight show match. He won the world championship. And I think he also just won like the most recent Masters tour as well, right? He's on an absolute roll. I'm so happy for the dude. He was so nice and fun to play with on our show match. He was really helpful and nice and really funny. He didn't take himself too seriously. He's absolutely been destroying. So excited for my teammates for one event, you know. Team Frost. So crazy game. He won an hour and 13-minute game in the final game or whatever. Just really, really cool. Very fun. I love seeing people I know and like succeed. I feel like in my life I've had people who are bitter about success sometimes, like people who are to kind of begrudge your success, both at a personal level and like just like a lot of people on YouTube and stuff, comments and stuff. People don't always like to see other people succeed, so I'm always trying to do the opposite of that, trying to be really happy to see people succeed. I love when other people succeed. It's motivating and exciting, and to see other people have happiness is, I think, a really nice thing. All right, we probably want to tidy up a little bit here. I do love chip damage, though, so I'm torn. I'm a little torn. Lady Death Whisper with just Glacial Advance does not feel great yet. I think we'd rather hit a Horn of Winter with it if we can. Let's see if these minions are going to die, because that could definitely change the Lady Death Whisper upside. Howling Blast already, though, too, feels pretty nice. Frigidara, not a good Death Whisper. 2 cards currently for the Death Whisper. I'm going to go down to 6. So this is always hitting a Frost spell, so I'm going to go... I'll be okay on copying, basically, is the idea here. We're copying 3. We go to 10 if this dies. We burn a card off the top, but we get full value off the Death Whisper, which any card off the top shouldn't be notably better than any card in hand, I don't think. You know, maybe a little occasionally, but often the ones in hand should serve us quite well. Howling Blast looks perfect on this board, my God. Was that foolish? Yeah, just absolutely perfect, really. Could go face and Astalor the minion here, I guess. Could clear everything if I wanted to as well, if I'm willing to give up a little face damage. Guess I like that just a little more. Again, just keeping the board in check for any kind of evolve payoffs and stuff seems reasonable to me. Frigidara is going to overdraw, so we're probably going to want to dump some Glacial Advance as soon as we can. Those are pretty easy to get rid of at a fairly low cost, as long as we're committing to other spells, Frost Strikes, and so on. Any evolve here? Yeah, okay. Jailer. Definitely a card I feel like I need to deal with. But a little bit stressful to deal with, you know? Like, it demands a little too much of me, I'm afraid. Are we okay with this? I hate how much damage I'm using here, but I'm afraid if I don't, I'm just going to lose. This Arian's really nice, yeah. I mean, that was kind of bonus damage if you think about it. And I'm hoping that if I get through this initial burst of stuff, that I can kind of start turning the corner and winning off chip damage and, you know, eventually just grinding them down. But if I don't get through this initial burst of stuff, I don't have the confidence right now that I can win a race. So I gotta find some little middle ground there. Howling Blast again, man, the math is pretty dang good. Hard to pass this up always, I think. Thessarian's awesome. Love Thessarian. Yeah, might also have Bloodlust. Yeah, that's even another reason to keep the board a little tidy I hadn't thought of. But I like it. I mean, even though, you know, we've been playing from behind a fair bit, we're still getting some chip damage. You know, they're down to 24. We still have a lot of stuff in hand to work with. So I like where this line has taken us, really. Oh, that's a good hit. Really good hit. And maybe just hit back again here if they don't do something. Wind Chill, sure. Frost Strike still really nice here, though. They got a 3-4 incoming again. Is this time for a Frostworm's Fury already? Just start turning the corner and going. Feel like maybe not quite yet. I think like Death Chiller here is a nice start. See what this turns into. Might make a nice play for us. If not, Howling Blast is probably okay. Frigidara again. Sure. Yeah, these aren't bad. If I could play the Rhyme Sculptor now, I would prefer that, but I can't. Let's go here. I think the odds of us finding a good spell is pretty nice. Icy Touch actually is fine. It clears the thing, so. Maybe not perfect, but clears the thing is nice. Okay. I like that we got some board out of this too. Getting the free 2-3 and 2-4 is not insignificant, right? All right, that might be a good freeze board. Frostworm's Fury here seems pretty legit. Oh, the double taunts though suck. Oh man, not happy about the double taunts. Frigidara for 2 does start to look kind of appealing here. Maybe is this always guaranteed in this list? I think so, right? If we'd gotten the other Horn of Winter, I could have Frigidara twice. Imagine how sick that would be. Gotta try to get some good math, but the Death Chiller makes it oh, that was actually an insane snipe. Wow, Death Chiller putting in work there, man. Oh, that's an insane snipe too. Oh my god, we are rolling like gods right now. Wow. Yeah, what an insane dismantling of that board. Jeez. Perfect. I mean, it was pretty likely to go well for us regardless, but just completely dismantled that board. Put them to 8. Yeah, wow. Still had the Frostworm's Fury backup for reach and, like, you know, digging for emergency outs. That's crazy. I do wish, you know, other rune combinations were good, but cool Darian Mograine portrait, huh? All right, yeah, we need better openers probably. Maybe one Vizier is okay. Sometimes even just tempoing this without inactivation's really powerful. Just that Venomous Scorpion style thing. Harbinger of Winter. School Teacher. I bet the School Teacher feels a little out of place in this deck. It's like a bunch of undead and frozen stuff, and he's like, yeah, I live in water, not ice, guys. Please don't freeze the ocean. No, thank you. All right, Frost v Frost. 30 v 30. Looks fair to me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really love any of these. I think this could be handy against a Frost deck sometimes, though. If they try to burn me a little early, I can maybe surprise them with some unexpected healing. Army of the Dead, we weren't likely to get a lot of corpses for. I like Dark Transformation okay to get a bigger body sometimes, but didn't feel that relevant in this particular matchup. And I have targets that maybe aren't the greatest transform targets in hand, so... Until I had some 1/1s or hero power lining up that felt better, I don't know if it's worth it. Oh my god, they're running Ice Revenant. That's cool. I guess we just kill it? It's like a little nerve-wracking, huh? Yeah, let's just take the play now. I got a Frostworms in hand. This might draw me a Frostworms or something better. Seems okay. 4 drops next turn look good. If the Sarian lines up on board well, we'll probably just play him, but School Teacher can fill curve a little better too. Okay. Defrost. This deck's not running Defrost, which is pretty crazy. Just plenty of cards, I guess. A lot of generation and draw. Just random stuff. I mean, I like this down as soon as possible, but I think this is a better curve fill on average. Blood Tap? It's not bad. Howling Blast doesn't really have a lot of value here. All right, dude. Blood Tap. I don't know. The Sarian's big, dude. Death Whisper's big, dude. Death Whisper right now has 4 copies. Wouldn't mind emptying the hand a little more for that, maybe. Probably just the Sarian into Frost Strike if it's good, or Hero Power if not. Could arguably dump an Icy Touch. Arguably tempo a Death Chiller. We're gonna go for a Death Whisper. We're gonna hit boom, boom, boom. This is actually the one I care least about, probably. I'd honestly prefer to have the damage. I think we just tempo a Death Chiller. I'm not expecting to need it as much as a reactive card this matchup. I'm kind of just throwing this away for hand size, I think, more than anything else. You know, just a River Croc, really, that might create some headaches and thoughts for my opponent, like, oh man, I need to deal with this thing. If it creates friction, that's probably good enough, because we're putting it out next to a really nice threat. So between the two, they've kind of got to figure out what to deal with and how to handle all this, which is gonna be tough, I bet. This is an awkward shaped board. A lot of burn going into minions. I think that's good for us. Okay. Chip damage we love. Yeah, see, it lives. Man, does it live? It lives, I think. Dude, the Sarian just does work. He puts in so much work. It's crazy. This is a really good Death Whisper. So hear me out. Am I gonna kill my own Death Chiller here? I want, remember she copies Frost only, so I want this and this and this to go face, and this is awesome too. Currently she would copy 5, so I do want to drop a card. Blood Boil is weirdly the thing I would drop the most, or the Frost Strike. That doesn't really drop a card. Maybe we just lose the Icy Touch here for the sake of free damage. Freezing the weapon, it's fine. A second one would be very nice in the Death Whisper, but since hand size would have been a restraint anyway, it's kind of free. Get a Horn of Winter this way, get some damage this way, get a freeze this way. It's a lot of value there. Kind of hard to pass that up, I think. Glacial Advance again, hitting a minion. All right. Is this lethal? 9 and 6. Yeah, it's lethal. Sure, I had mana before I screwed something up here. Okay, easy. Man, their deck was crazy. Ice Revenant, like, cool deck. Feel bad we just kind of smorked through it, you know. That's the Frost way, but I still feel bad. Okay, Astalor is good. Harbinger's good. Man, this is a pretty good early minion hand with coin even. Yeah, we might keep this. This is actually a really nice coin hand. 2, 3, 4 really nicely. Astalor to fill in later. Only thing I'd really like here is like a bone breaker or something that's good to do reactively. Ooh, unholy Death Knight. Okay. Triple unholy even. I don't think we coin a 2 when our 4s are so good. Thessarian in particular getting down on 3 is just so nuts. Every time you call a frost deck cool, listen, don't worry about it, all right? Don't you worry about it. This guy's big. Little awkward to deal with. Not great for our Thessarian either, unfortunately. Okay. It's not worth a howling blast here. Probably so, right? Feels a little gross. Could howling blast this and then icy touch this if I wanted to use the coin. Oh, we actually just have frost strike as well. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Horn of Winter is insane. Yeah, I like this. School teacher into the 3/4 is really nice. Better than Thessarian in this particular instance. Rune forging, yeah, that might be pretty nice. Horn of Winter isn't bad, but remember it's only really refreshing 1 because we got to spend 1 on the noggling. Rune forging, we need a weapon. That's fine. It's good. Not exactly weaving in with the Thessarian yet, but still good. All right, so if this value trades, we got the Astalor to tidy that up, so that's fine. If it doesn't, we got the 4/4 to clear it, so that's really good breakpoints for us. Consecration's easy when every other game's a highlight. Well, listen, when you're as good as me. I know that's not true. Don't worry. I'm no fool here. This is a pretty good Death Whisper, actually. Since the Thessarian does line up okay, I'm tempted, but yeah, three really nice targets for Death Whisper in hands. I don't think we're gonna get too much better than that often. So we're vying for the board a little bit right now. We're not gonna be able to do that forever. At some point, I'm gonna have to turn the corner and start hitting them in face because we're not gonna keep up against Unholy's board forever. But I need to for at least a little while until I start finding things like Frostworm's Fury that give me the confidence to go hard into face. Because without those, we don't know that we're gonna have enough quite yet to seal the deal. Although, man, we could go for a monster turn right now with Death Chiller. Because the Horn of Winters just make life very easy. Be a little better if those all got cleared. But we'll just Thessarian for now. Even if that lives, it's not the end of the world. He might kill it, but even if it doesn't, it's fine. Really just tidying up a little of that board. Preserving the Howling Blast here seems nice, and getting some tempo back. We gotta worry about the big giants, so having the freezes in hand are pretty cool, I think. Anti-magic shell, okay. That's really just to set up the trade, I think, more than anything, but I would call that a pretty weak anti-magic shell, right? In the scheme of things. I think we're sort of relieved to see that, actually.
Pick me.
Yeah, Bonebreaker is awesome. Taking a lot of damage, but we're not as worried about reach from an unholy deck, right? We don't think that reach is the biggest threat. Oh yeah, they don't have any corpses. Oh dang, I didn't even realize. Oh shoot. Okay, I guess we're hitting base, yeah. Nice. Astalor next turn's good to go. If we don't have anything else to do, that should be fine. They're down to 16, which we have a board advantage. Sticky board too. That's good. All right, that could just be Glacial Advance if we're not going face though. Man, how much damage do I have? Like, are we gonna have lethal? Man, 4, 5, 6 mana. That's 7, 9, 11, and 6. Oh my god, dude. This deck is gross. This is so insane. My god. Didn't even use my weapon or my Nagaling. Wow. You just go from like the game being fairly even to the opponent being dead instantly. All right, I love Horn of Winters to cheat some tempo early. Hunter might be a problem though. This seems a little scary. I don't know exactly what to expect right now. I saw some shock spitter stuff still looking decent maybe on HS replay, but otherwise some beast stuff. Candle shot certainly reads shock spitters. So we probably don't want to wait too long to win this game, but do we have the tools necessary to make that happen is the question. Tempo Thalnos seems worse than Coin Thessarian. Play a card for me so my Frost Strike doesn't suck. Okay, perfect. Yes, that's exactly the guy. Thank you. Rigidara doesn't seem super relevant here. We need damage, but this is both damage and a body, which is probably a little better. Thessarian coming down. Thalnos could set up a big turn with the Horn of Winters, maybe. All right, Thessarian's gonna snipe a 3-1. That's fine. Not time for Howling Blast just yet. We don't have a Howling Blast anyway. So definitely not time for that. I do not think I'm gonna be coining a Frigidara, am I? I'm just thinking about how badly I want a 2/2 on board right now. If that answer is not at all or a little bit. I think it's a little bit. Yeah, I've seen some list running the Guild Trader. Yeah, so far that has not felt remotely necessary. We've just murdered everyone, but in theory, I like it. When you have Horn of Winters, you know, it's certainly, you have mana to play stuff like that to kill people, so it makes sense to me. All right, man, just going face already makes me absolutely horrified. I'm so scared. I'm so terrified. Icy Touch Freezing Face seems really good. Same with Howling Blast. Let's use this now. Well, no, let's use this now. This is not just discounted this turn, so that's fine. Might be better to use that for minion damage, chip damage on minions or whatever. Yeah, if I can freeze their face every turn, we're gonna be really happy because they can't buff up their shock spitters very much. So more and more freezes would be great. We only currently have Howling Blast, but we could play Harbinger to try to find another, maybe even a Thalnos as well. Thalnos Howling for that cheap is honestly pretty cool. That could be a good way to kill a 4/3 or a taunt. But I would like that freeze. I think we're gonna play it now anyway. We're not gonna kill the 4/3 here. We're just gonna leave it up, I think. 'Cause I got a freeze face. Could go Death Chiller to kill the 4/3. That's gotta be worth it, right? More than the Harbinger. The Harbinger could get me another freeze, but I think it's more about just like killing the opponent soon. Maybe we don't need a freeze again if they're just dead next turn. It's not by any means guaranteed here, but it's starting to happen at least. Frigidara could hit Horn of Winter in a freeze. Piercing Shot. Dang, that's big. That's not a freeze. That's not a kill, at least. Chill Fallen is not a freeze. Frigidara would be amazing if it hit exactly Horn of Winter and Icy Touch. Otherwise, pretty dang risky. Chill Fallen would be amazing if it hit Icy Touch or Howling Blast. We don't have any lethal setups here. Chill Fallen feels like the best start, but oh man, I really need to hit a freeze, I think, to stay alive. Yeah, Glacial's not a freeze. It's not lethal either, unfortunately. It's pretty dang close to lethal, though. Hold up. It's 11? Holy crap, is it close to lethal? Dang, dude. Oh, well, no, I can't play both. Never mind. It's not that close. I take that back. Not actually that. All right, let's just hope we're alive then, I guess. I don't have any other choice, so. Just hope we're alive. I don't feel safe at 14 by any means, though. I think we're very likely dead. The Shock Spitter is not huge yet, but it doesn't need to be. They only need to find 11 damage because they already have 3. So just like a brand Shock Spitter might already be enough. Maybe not though. It's probably like 4. I don't know what it's at. 5. 2 of those and a. Oh wait. Yeah, no. Brand Shock Spitter would have only been 10. Holy crap, we get there. Wow. Really close. That Icy Touch a turn late would have really helped us feel safe. But good enough anyway. Huh.